found us inside. It's us. Don't shoot.
You okay?
I'm fine. Just a little winded. The Gunsel delivered the mortar rounds.
Yeah, but they screwed up. They sent us the wrong ones.
No, they didn't. It's white phosphorus. It sweetened the deal.
What? You knew about this?
What is this bleeding heart bullshit? We are
Oh my god.
Sentry tower clipping.
That's a lot of blood.
The beacons. We need to...
Whoa, take it easy.
We can handle it. You're no good to us dead.
He's right. Save your energy for the trip to San Fran.
Connor. Take this. It's my badge. Find Arnie, and he'll take care of you.
I'll get Boone home, then meet you at the overpass.
Guys, you take care of yourselves.
We'll be there. Try not to get pulled over.
Now to play Spec Ops: The Line. East Coast black markets light up. PJ Cooper left his house in Chevy Chase, Maryland, at 6 in the morning on Tuesday, home to beat his neighbors at a local gas station. When he arrived, he was shocked to see a line of more than 100 people, many of whom waited overnight in the bitter cold. Gasoline has become increasingly scarce in recent months, which many blame on the ongoing unrest in the Middle East, which began last year. Cooper remembers a time when gas was cheaper than a gallon of milk, but now the 20-year-old pays $100 for 5 gallons of gas. Some Americans avoid lines by purchasing gas from dealers on the street. Marked up by as much as $30 a gallon, it is sometimes the only way to get gas when you need it. Many dealers aren't interested in dollars either. They're trained for medicine, fresh or canned food, and even weapons and ammunition. Although local authorities have tried to stamp out the practice, setting up a black market gas dealership as simple as a plastic can and a $25 bribe at the right time.
I hope he makes it.
It's probably not the first time he's been shot.
I know. I'm just saying.
He's gonna be fine.
These must be the weapons Brooks promised us.
Jacobs, find one you like.
We'll wait for you outside.
Can't take the pistols. Guess I'll take this. Ooh. Super V SMG. Ooh, yes, I do have another gun. There we go.
We're almost there. The labor camp is at the top of the next street.
What's the plan?
The front gate should be lightly guarded. We make a lot of noise, pick a few of them off, and draw the rest out of the camp. Then we sneak in the back door.
1 second. Booyah. Korean government demands international condemnation against Japan. Bomb protests brought out of control on Saturday in Tokyo as a new wave of demonstrations hit the streets. Although Japan has publicly condemned the attacks, Korea alleges that the protests are supported and in some cases supplemented by Japanese soldiers. Photographic evidence presented by the Koreans at the United Nations headquarters in Brussels appear to offer circumstantial but compelling evidence that Japanese police are involved in systematic attacks against ethnic Koreans. As tensions escalate, many Koreans have made high-profile exits from the country and returned to the mainland. Others are not so lucky. Official estimates indicate that at least 1,000 Koreans may have been murdered at the hands of Japanese nationalists. Unofficial estimates claim that as many as 10,000 may have already been killed. Apparently, there is dislike towards Korea over in Japan, and vice versa. Japan has a grudge against Korea, and Korea against Japan. But, I suppose it's not too surprising. Look at England and France, they hate each other. Ireland and England, they hate each other. To varying degrees, and maybe it's not as severe, but either way, it isn't as severe, you know. Japan might be severe as England and France, or the other way around. But apparently, it's not too surprising. People tend to hate, you know, a country hating another country nearby. Not exactly shocking, you know. Not exactly shocking. International reactions to Korean occupation of Japan differ. I'm not exactly knowledgeable on politics and international relations between different countries. Never mind even my own country. I don't know its standings on different things. I know it has some relationship with Japan. There's a few Japanese gardens here. I had a Japanese ambassador at some celebration at one of them, but I don't know the exact extent to Ireland's relationship with Japan. So I can't really comment. I'm just saying what I've heard. International reactions to Korean occupation of Japan differ. Korea, on Tuesday, called Americans' call for sanctions against the occupation of Japan hypocritical and blamed the United States for the spread of chaos and discord around the globe. Korea, which claims it is occupying Japan in an attempt to stamp out attempted genocide against its citizens, taunted the U.S. from Pyongyang. I have no idea how to say it. Saying, how can a regime that can barely feed its citizens or heat their homes gain the respect of the rest of the world? Ahmed Janti, leading Iranian cleric, offered his country's congratulations to Korea on national radio. Iran has taken strides in recent months to align its South Korean interests in East Asia, burning weapons of fuel at reduced rates. Other East Asian nations have pledged their support for Korea's mission in Japan. Matar Mohammed, the Prime Minister of Malaysia, has provided 2 elite regular battalions for counterinsurgency operations in Japan. Korea is getting all the good events. North Korea is suspected of developing nuclear weapons in Japan. French authorities present evidence at the United Nations today that prove that Korea is using existing Japanese infrastructure to develop nuclear weapons. The evidence included a satellite imagery that showed Korean military operating in and around the Rokasho reprocessing plant in Aomori Prefecture. Owned by Japan Nuclear Fuel Limited, the facility is one of the prime sites in Japan that is separating and enriching nuclear fuel for use in weapons. French intelligence also provided evidence that Korean troops were operating around the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, where the MV rocket is developed and maintained. The rocket is based off American Peacekeeper ICBM and can be used to deliver payloads, nuclear or not, anywhere in the world. Although Japan has maintained a strong anti-nuclear stance since the end of World War II, the tiny island nation has long been considered a screwdriver's turn away from being a nuclear power. They have a well-funded ballistic missile program, battleships capable of delivering the payload, and facilities to enrich the fuel. Although it is needed to assemble the parts, which, depending on whom you ask, will take as long as a month or as little as 24 hours. That's a cute little swimming pool.
You call this lightly guarded?
Stick to the plan.
Now, drop them! Cover me!
Oh. I wasn't going crazy, that is a guy. Not a fan of this gun.
He's down! Sentry towers, get to cover!
Get out of the street!
Did he call me a Jedi? Oof.
Flank this thing and find high ground.
Find a way around it!
Heal, 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 heal.
Find a way around it.
Yes, yes, you keep saying. They really never shut the fuck up for 5 seconds.
Backyard.
Second floor window.
This way. There's an alley behind this house. Heavy fire. Cover me.
Cover does get shredded.
Under heavy fire. This way. There's an alley behind this house.
Stop. Poop.
We can get around through the backyard. Jacob's back here.
1 second. There's got to be a loot.
We can get around through the backyard.
Yeah. Hey, may want to come this way. Oi. Don't pretend you did, Anne.
Second floor window. Into the house. Upstairs. We can hit it from above.
I wish you could see the name of the guns when you're holding them, because I have no idea what I'm currently using.
Into the house. Upstairs. We can hit it from above. That got their attention.
Head for the supply tunnel. We need to be gone before they mobilize.
You think they already would have?
Over here.
Seriously?
Hold up a second. Sounds like the plan's working. They're sending out a response team.
I hate this place. People in here used to be doctors and lawyers. Now they're working the shale mines. Last time I was here, I saw my fucking dentist.
Coast should be clear by now. Let's ditch the rifle. We need to keep a low profile. Hang on to your sidearm. The sooner we find Arnie, the sooner we get out of here. Alright, spread out and ask around.
Yes. Yeah, we need to find the governor. He'll lead us to victory. Dude's old, but he can still tank a dropkick.
I'm looking for a guy named Arnie.
Fuck. Arnie's in the back. Across the street, over the scaffold. You assholes get caught. I've never seen you before.
What do you want?
You know, you should desolder the capacitors first.
Isn't it bad enough I gotta scrape these from my food rations?
Sorry. I'm trying to help.
You guys think you're goddamn heroes, shooting the place up and swinging your dicks around? If they find you here, they'll shoot us all and throw us in a ditch.
There's a note. It's a little annoying to have to look for notes and not be able to run. So you have to just stroll through all this thing at very slow pace. Anarchy in the US as National Guard fails to restore order. Faced with a lack of food and a looming winter, many Americans have decided to take matters into their own hand. Promising food, clothing and protection, warring gangs taking over many urban centres continue to fight with elements from the National Guard. Originally deployed to distribute aid and restore order, the National Guard has fallen under criticism for its perceived ineffectiveness. We're simply stretched too thin, a spokesman for the Guard told me earlier today. We're simply not equipped to deal with gang warfare on this scale. At any one time, there are multiple conflicts in a dozen cities going on simultaneously. Just can't deal with them all effectively. The President called his staff into emergency session earlier this week, the main topic at hand being the deployment of military personnel into the hardest hit cities. Although this action would violate the Posse Contaminus Act, and has stood since the end of the Civil War, many believe that a broad deployment of the US military inside the country is the only way the order can be restored. Korean officials provide details of Iraq operations. Korean special forces have been participating in operations in northern Iraq, working side by side with the Iranian coalition to restore order. In Heya province, Koreans detained a group of suspected insurgents based on information provided by the ISS. The force was able to locate a cache of mortar shells and a large quantity of bomb-making components. Using American-designed V-2 Osprey tilt-rotor aircraft, Iranian and Korean forces captured 2 Iranian insurgent commanders. As the aircraft approached the target compound, the 2 men attempted to escape on foot, were captured without the use of violence. Korean forces also conducted several precision strike operations, targeting an arms dealer who was supplying the insurgency with rockets and bomb-making materials. After careful planning to minimize collateral damages, Korean special forces called the airstrikes on a series of targets. The Korean military uses Shenyang J-5 unmanned aerial vehicle to deliver airstrikes, which is a copy of the American MQ-9 Reaper.
Welcome to the Korean vision of America, Jacob. Does that look like recovery to you?
Woo, Wolverine! Wait, which one of the characters is meant to be Korean? Him? I thought he was Connor. Who's Hopper? Or no, maybe he is Hopper. Or no, you're Connor, he is Hopper, so... Okay, I didn't realize.
I'm looking for a guy named Arnie.
Fuck you, never heard of him.
Cut the shit! Show him this, tell him Boone sent us.
Hey, Connor, relax. Where's Boone? And who's the new guy?
Plan changed. Can you still get us into the depot?
Yeah, you know, the administrative building.
No, it has to be where they keep the buses. tracking beacons have to be nearby.
Yeah, I can get you in, but you have to stick close and do exactly like I say. Follow me. You sure you can get my family out of here?
The Resistance remembers its friends.
I hope so. I got a teenage daughter. Bad things can happen to a girl in a place like this.
You ought to teach her to shoot. Women got just as much to fight for.
Are you nuts? No way is my kid joining the Resistance.
Gonna be fair, war rape happens to men too. Remember, there was an article by The Guardian, and while The Guardian is a shit rag, it did seem like a fair piece by them. There was talking about war rape in Africa, and how there's very little services for men who suffer it. There's like some minor agencies going around, but the UN services for them are actually only for women, apparently. Basically, one of the services sent a guy who was too bad for them to treat to the UN for assistance. The UN's service there, but they refused him, apparently, according to that smaller group, because he was male, saying that they only help women. The UN responded saying, no, we help everyone, male or female, so it's up in the air. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was female only. A lot of services for things that are, that can happen to either are female only. Say, like domestic abuse shelters. Guys can get slapped around just like women can. There's also abuse beyond just physical, but, it can happen to guys, to gals, by either, There's very few services there for men. And that's one hell of a messy topic, but oh no, it just always bugs me when people forget that that's a thing. Primarily because I see it so even beyond it in media, I see it so happening so much IRL. I've seen people outright saying, "Oh, women can't rape men," and it's quite frustrating. Greater Korean Republic grows. Malaysia became the 5th country to join Kim Jong-un's Greater Korean Republic on Tuesday, joining Indonesia, the Philippines, Thailand, and Korea. The Prime Minister of Malaysia joined Kim Jong-un at the GKR Parliament building in Pyongyang for the flag-raising ceremony. The ceremony included the national anthem in Malaysia and a signing ceremony, followed by a lavish banquet. Over the next several days, representatives are expected to focus on trade talks between the member nations, as well as a decision on whether to allow Cambodia and Vietnam to join the Republic. The GKR is an economic and military alliance with the mission of growing the strength of the East Asian region through a united monetary policy and a central military command. The GKR Central Bank, the economic headquarters of the Republic, is based in Seoul, and is tasked with setting and enforcing monetary policy among the member states of the GKR. The military capital, the GKR Strategic Command, is located in Pyongyang and is responsible for coordinating defense and training of militaries of all member states.
I thought there'd be more guards.
They must have heard you coming and split.
Very funny.
What the hell is this?
It's a holding area for the buses, somewhere to wait before you're shipped to the shale mines.
And it's just unlocked. You don't need a key.
Don't worry about it. I took care of it. It's what an inside man's for, right?
Suspicious. Countdown to betrayal.
Nobody move!
Oh, shit. Son of a bitch.
Fuck you! I got kids. Besides, they cut me a better deal.
We could have helped you.
It's over. Face it, the Koreans won. It's over.
It's over for you.
Oh, that slow-mo would be useful more often. Damn it. Dead. Dead.
Clear that house! Come on, those beacons gotta be inside! Fucking Arnie, I had a bad feeling about him from the start.
Those beacons have to be here somewhere.
I wonder if that's accurate Korean. I also wonder if it accidentally says something weird in Korean. No, that happened in Fallout 3. Wanted Dead or Alive, Connor
Wow,
Morgan.
that's a really unflattering photo of you.
At least I got a wanted poster.
Oh yeah, that's the other guy. Very nice.
We found the beacons.
Then let's get the hell out of here.
Rihanna, we got him. Meet you under the highway.
I'm on my way. Boone's resting. He's gonna pull through.
We'll cut across the base. Come on, it's just up ahead.
Hang on to those beacons, Jacobs. The fuel tankers are only gonna be in town for a couple of hours. We're gonna tag them before they leave Montrose, grab a helicopter, and chase them. Just so you know you're part in all this.
Oh, thank you. I actually had no idea this far.
It's just across there.
Let's keep going.
North Korea launches first group of next-gen GPS satellites. Kim Jong-un joined the heads of state from the Greater Korean Republic members countries at the Kagoshima Space Center on Kyushu Island in Japan to observe the launch of an M6 rocket bearing the first of many Starry Messenger-class GPS satellites. Meant to replace the US military's aging GPS system, the launch marks Korea's first foray into space travel. Many countries began work with the Koreans to supply the parts and materials necessary to create the network of satellites that form the backbone of the system. GPS was one of the greatest accomplishments of the United States. A spokesman for the Korean Space program said. Like the Americans, we want to share this technology with the world in hopes to improve the lives of all and help bring new light to the waning global economy. After massive defense cutbacks and ongoing internal turmoil, the US was forced to stop supporting the GPS system that it created, a system which decayed rapidly without the stream of financial support necessary to keep it afloat. The system is now starting to collapse, with many high-profile satellites crashing into the sea over the past year.
What the fuck?
We should turn back.
Thrown into a pit like garbage. How many people are in this ditch? You sons of bitches. Scumbag motherfuckers. You motherfuckers! You think you can just throw us in a goddamn ditch? Sentry! Stay behind the bleachers! Hunter's lost it! We gotta take out those sentries! I'll burn you, you sons of bitches! We gotta make our way around the field! Get close enough to those towers!
Why isn't he dead? Damn! Share some of that plot armor with me! Oh, sorry.